She-Hulk by Titania. Thank you.
And your battle with Titania in court, it was incredible.
The previous Liana's become self-aware and is now doing its own outtakes. Or the show's editor is being clever. Better send it though, just in case.
I've got court documents.
Thinking we needed to be reminded of court documents.
She-Hulk by Titania.
In our universe, it takes 12 to 18 months to trademark a name. And while I'm not sure what the timelines are in any part of the story, I'm pretty damn sure a whole year hasn't gone by. If you're going to put attorney at law in your show, then you're also going to need to explain what superpower Titania possesses that enables her to navigate the bureaucratic process so quickly.
You're listening to Pro Se, Law 360's podcast. Here's a quick word from our sponsor.
Hey, Titaniacs.
Did Titania actually purchase an ad spot on a law podcast? Or did the writers of the show just need Jen to hear another ad from Titania? It's that, isn't it?
You can't just walk into my house.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. I kind of just did that.
Jennifer's father did the same thing in the previous episode. Is she not locking her doors? Or are they breaking the doors every time they come in? What the is going on with the Seinfeldian door situation? Side note, just in case the Seinfeldian door situation turns out to be a prog rock band, I'm talking about the Constant Kramer entry that appears to be going on here. Second side note, just in case Constant Kramer entry turns out to be also Ched.
I'm so sorry, little child, but the line starts way back there.
Jamila Jamil is fantastic at playing snooty characters. Quickly take a sin off so I can continue sending the show to the bad place.
I can't believe she just stole my name like that.
Hang on, that's it? Jen showed up at Titania's event, told her to stop using her name, was told no, and then went and got an orange mocha frappuccino? Well, the last part is just what I assume happened off screen. It makes at least as much sense as expecting Titania to be like, oh, my bad, here, take your name back. What was the point of that entire scene?
She-Hulk is just a thing that happened to me.
Inadvertently sharing a perspective with TVSins writers.
I need a favor.
Oh, well, you know my price. Return favor, plus interest.
If there is interest, then regardless of what you want to call it, that is not a price, that's a loan. And I'm pretty sure that makes Nikki a predatory lender. Also, how does interest even work on a favor? If it's not paid back immediately, does Pug owe Nikki 5% of a favor each month on top of the original favor he borrowed from her? Damn it, She-Hulk, you made me think about math. When I think about math, I get angry. And when I get angry, Great. Now I'm going to be safety orange for the rest of the episode.
Will you stand in line with me waiting for a sneaker drop? The Iron Man 3s are coming out and they're limited to 1 pair per customer.
Writers thought it'd be fun to pique the interest of every sneakerhead watching, then take the plot in a different direction that never even gives us a mid-credit scene to provide some comfort in the knowledge that these kicks do exist and will eventually be revealed. Also, no one needs 2 pairs. 1 Iron Man 3 was excessive to begin with.
I'm not going to brag to you or anything, but I do have some pretty rare limited editions that I got from my trip broker.
Listen, I'm not going to lie. I like Pug. He's polite, charming, and doesn't have an ounce of toxicity in him. But I've already taken off a sin, so this sin is for not letting us see any of Pug's rare sneaker collection. Show me the epic superhero sneakers, Marvel.
But I am letting you slide on the interest, aren't I?
Oh no, I'm not going down that road again. Math is my greatest enemy, with the exception of the entire state of Ohio. Here's 2 sins for almost getting me riled up about numbers again.
This says Avengers.
You don't like Avengers? I got Avengers.
This backroom hustle that turns out to be counterfeit merch is funny, but don't think I can't see what's going on here. Disney Marvel plans to make inroads into the counterfeit market by making their own counterfeits, which by the end of the episode will be a coveted commodity. And as the mouse machine gets increasingly more market share, the profitability for other counterfeit manufacturers will plummet, meaning that former counterfeiters will have to make counterfeits of the counterfeits. Now, because of the inverse property of counterfeiting, this will result in the counterfeiters making authorized merchandise. And once the pendulum swings too far in that direction, Disney will reverse course, starting the cycle all over again. The whole time always being the invisible hand on the wheel, steering the ship and our lives from port to port as we suckle on the teat of our new entertainment overlord. Also, thinking your Purple Hulk Easter egg would distract us from the Iron Person with an arrow pointing at their genitals. As they wait for their chat with the super exclusive Super Tailor, I'm left wondering what was even the point of that bootleg merchandise gatekeeper sub-boss guy that required an offering to set up this meeting. It took them all 5 minutes and probably like $20 to get here. This whole adventure reeks of Kanto Bite.
Why did I pass a billboard on Santa Monica Boulevard today advertising a She-Hulk Booty Boost smoothie?
I'm just going to assume it's because the alternates of Booty Burst, Booty Juice, and Booty Sweat tested poorly across nearly every demographic. But it's more likely that the writers needed a colorful line of dialogue that paired well with your nuts that you were eating, so we would know that you really are a salty asshole as opposed to a sweet one.
GLK and H made She-Hulk the face of our superhuman law division. And now we find ourselves in the middle of a frivolous lawsuit.
Apparently, GLK and H also did not do any research into making sure that the face of their superhuman law division owned the trademark. In other words, Show is saying that this company of lawyers didn't do law.
Did Doctor Strange have to trademark his name? Did Thor?
You chose two examples of people who use their real names.
Okay, that one got me. But the humor in this isn't going to stop the sin you're getting for bringing up a valid question about Captain America, Falcon, and the Winter Soldier, but not answering it.
This is the person who legally outmaneuvered you?
Well, she is smart enough to run a successful business. Unethical, sure, but successful nonetheless. So judging her legal prowess based solely on this giant hat is a surprisingly shallow observation for a show centered around the concept of people growing bigger.
But if you're going to be my client, you need to dress like you respect yourself and not like a football player pleading no contest to a DUI.
This case is resolved so quickly that Jennifer won't even get her clothes in time enough to be the well-dressed client Mallory deserves. And Nikki will momentarily reveal that she is already litigating her bestie's fashion crimes. So why is lying?
You obviously spend a lot of time thinking about what you're going to wear.
For an intelligent lawyer who uses smart words, she sure spends a lot of time booking a judge by its cover. You know what I mean.
Miss Book may enjoy wasting the court's time, but you can be certain that I do not.
Wasting the court's time by smugly saying that someone is wasting the court's time. Cliché. Is no one in the court concerned about this throat-slashing gesture? Even the NFL, an organization built around bodily harm, issues suspensions and fines for this kind of shit. But you can just do it in court and no one cares.
She is going to be a megastar.
Her? Luke has to act like this is unfathomable, because not believing that the star of the show could possibly be a star is some kind of multiversal constant used to mark the beginning of the character's aesthetic transformation. This douche ex machina will turn out to be the key to Jennifer winning her case against Titania.
I made a dating profile as She-Hulk. Every single one of those dates is a corroborating witness. This is how I win this case.
Holy sh! Are you going to tell me that the writers created a Chekhov's date montage in the last episode? That's not only impressive, it's sensational. You have been served.
My client wrote, and I quote, "mean, green, and straight poured into these jeans."
We would normally say roll commercials here, but to stay on theme, I'm going to go with the prosecution rests. The prosecution rests? Maybe? Listen, I'm really doing the best I can here.
Would you have gone on the date if She-Hulk had instead presented as Jennifer Walters?
Look, I don't mean to be rude, but no.
This is a great character moment, seeing Jen having to grapple with the complexity of dual identities and the pain that comes with one of them being rejected while the other one is celebrated. She-Hulk kicks ass, but because of all the courtroom drama that the writers apparently didn't know how to navigate, we find ourselves much like Jennifer, emotionally confused and hoping for something more.
This isn't over, hater.
Oh boy. Can't wait for this show to explain the California Courts of Appeal. In fact, I'm going to call my good buddy John Grisham and see if he wants to watch the next episode with me. Okay, Hello, John. Hey, it's Dicer from TVSins. Yeah. So the restraining order wasn't a joke. Oh, that's a real court document. Oh, sorry. I thought it was a little bit of a gift. Yeah, I've been watching She-Hulk again, and okay. I'll hang up now. Sorry, Mr. Grisham.
I don't know any other lawyer who would humiliate themselves that way to win a case.
Fletcher Reed has entered the chat.
Holloway could never have gone through that. He's never had to prove his value to a parade of underwhelming men.
This is most likely true based on everything we know about him, but the show has produced no evidence to corroborate this statement. And he seems like the type of guy to pledge a fraternity. So, objection, hearsay, motion to dismiss, other court words.
Think about everything that She-Hulk brings to the table, and those guys were my best option.
I know I'm about to sinsplain my way into the middle of this conversation that is more about commiseration than a strict interpretation of her statements. However, Mallory literally just said the opposite of this in the previous scene.
Look, Walters, what that extremely attractive man said in there, you can do better.
So let this be a reminder that constantly reminding yourself of your value can be an essential part of self-care.
Oh, yeah, my clothes.
Oh, you TV show and your fourth wall breaking afterthought about the new wardrobe that you're not even going to show us in this episode.
Ooh, I like it.
Of course you do, because I'm a genius.
Do fashion designers actually have such massive egos? Or do we all think this makes sense just because this is the most common way they're portrayed on screen?
Tinsley, does client confidentiality mean nothing to you?
Oh, great. Just what this show needed. More lawyers.
We'll never be good, and that's not bad.
I'm so sorry, little child. Everyone hates you.
We'll fork you too.
I need a favor.
Oh, well, you know my price. Return favor, plus interest.
I'm not gonna kill my dad. Why did I pass a billboard on Santa Monica Boulevard today advertising a She-Hulk booty boost smoothie?
That's not actually me.
I'm gonna stop you because, none of that's my concern.
Okay.
I don't know how to f***ing drive. I don't know what any of this is, and I'm f***ing scared.
First of all, sham.
Wow.
I don't actually need a suit like that. I just need a business suit.
No capes.
We had a great date. She battled demons. I mean, come on.
I was wondering if you wanted to grab a drink with me tonight if you're not busy. If you are, it's completely and totally fine. We could do it another time, tomorrow or next week or never at all ever.